In the world of data, let's be real, the clock is always ticking. You're staring at thousands, maybe millions of rows of information, and the answer you need is buried somewhere deep inside. Being able to find it fast, that's not just a skill, it's basically your superpower. So let's dive in and figure out how to find exactly what you need right when you need it. So I want you to meet Raghav. He's a junior developer, and he just landed his very first freelance gig. Pretty exciting, right? Well, the good news is he got the job. The bad news? The client needs some very specific data pulled from a huge data set, and he has exactly 1 hour to get it done. The pressure is on, and his mission brief has 3 very specific targets. Okay, before Raghav can even think about pulling data, he's got to understand the terrain. In the world of Pandas, that battlefield is called the data frame. And trust me, knowing its structure is the foundation for everything that comes next. This visual breaks it down perfectly. A data frame really just has 3 core parts, and it's a lot like a spreadsheet you've seen a million times. You got your vertical columns, which you grab by their name, like username or age. Then you have the horizontal rows, which you access by their number, their index. And of course, where a row and a column meet, you get a single cell, one specific piece of information. All right, fundamentals are down. Now it's time for Raghav to actually start the mission. We're going to follow along as he tackles each of the client's requests one by one, using the perfect tool for each job. So first up, the client has a really straightforward request. They want a list of every single user's name from the dataset. The target is clear, an entire column of data. And check this out. Here's the solution. To grab that entire column, Raghav uses simple square bracket notation. He just passes the column's name, in this case name, right inside those brackets. And boom, Pandas gives him just that column, Neha Roki. Target 1 acquired. Simple as that. Okay, next up, the client wants to see everything about the very first user in the data set. Not just their name, but their entire record. So this time, our target isn't a column. It's a specific row. For this job, Raghav needs a different tool. He pulls out the iloc method, which stands for integer location. Now, remember, Python starts counting at 0, so the very first row is at index 0. By writing df.iloc0, he's basically telling Pandas, hey, give me everything in that first row. And there it is, the full record for Neha, age and all. Target 2, down. The final target is the most precise one yet. The client doesn't need the whole record, just one tiny detail, the age of that first user. This time, we're hunting for one single cell. Raghav can actually use the same .ialog tool, but this time he's going to give it 2 coordinates, just like on a map. He needs the row index, then the column index. So the first user is in row 0, and the age column is the second one, which means it's at index 1. So df.ialog 0, 1 pinpoints that exact intersection, and the output is just the number 24, a perfect bullseye. Okay, so Raghav absolutely crushed those requests. But as he's wrapping up, he's looking at his notes and sees something about a tool for a different scenario. What if the rows weren't just identified by boring old numbers? What if they had custom labels? And this is the key difference, you guys. .iloc uses the integer position, the number of the row. But what if your rows have actual names or labels, like user_a? Well, that's where .loc comes in. It works just like .iloc, but instead of a number, you use the actual label. It's an incredibly powerful way to select data when your index isn't just a simple count. And just like that, mission accomplished. Raghav inputs the formulas, exports the data, and fires it off to the client with a full 10 minutes to spare. I mean, sure, he got paid, but more importantly, he had a huge realization. This stuff isn't just about theory. Mastering indexing is a fundamental, real-world skill for any developer working with data. So to make sure you're ready for your own high-pressure missions, we've boiled down everything Raghav just learned into one powerful, easy-to-use reference guide. And here it is, your Pandas selection matrix. Think of this as your personal cheat sheet. On the left, you've got what you need to do. Grab a column, a row by its number, a single cell, or even a row by its custom label. And on the right, you get the exact Pandas tool and the syntax blueprint to make it happen. Seriously, you're going to want to screenshot this or keep it handy. Okay, we've seen Raghav's journey, we've watched him succeed, but now it's your turn. It's time to take these tools and put them to work on your own dataset. All right, here's your first contract. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to create a dataset of school students across classes 8, 9, and 10. Then, using the toolkit you just learned, you need to extract all the student names in class 8, all the students in the very first row, and finally, the name of the class 8 student from that first row. Your deadline, ASAP. You've seen how it's done. You have the matrix, the blueprint, to guide you. The only question left is the one every single developer faces when a new challenge lands on their desk. The client is waiting. Are you ready?